University. During his college days, Malone fathered a child with a neighbor girl in his hometown. The problem was that the girl, Gloria Bell, at the time was only 13 years old. Malone should have gone to jail, not NBA. But Summerfield was a...
We got some videos to watch. Okay. Right. We got the dark truth about Karl Malone.
Karl Malone is one of the best basketball players we've ever seen. A two-time NBA MVP, the second all-time leading scorer, 14-time NBA All-Star, multiple NBA All-Defensive Teams, Hall of Famer, and so on and so on. He hasn't won the NBA championship, which quite possibly is the only thing missing from his basketball career.
Damn, he just knocked him out?
Which quite possibly is the only...
Boom! Bro, he needs to be in the UFC. Fuck is he doing playing basketball?
And his basketball accomplishments are put away, there's a whole different person in front of us. Hey guys, Purple Prince here, and today I have the daunting task to tell you about the dark truth of Karl Malone's personal life. Similar to many NBA players, Karl Malone came from a rough background. His parents divorced and his mother raised him and 8 other children alone in Summerfield, Louisiana. His father had another family and he was hardly present for anything in Malone's life. When Malone was only 3 years old, his father committed suicide. Karl was living a country lifestyle in the middle of nowhere, working on a farm, hunting, and fishing. He attended Summerfield High School, and one of his passions was basketball, where he led his basketball team to 3 consecutive Louisiana Class C titles. After high school, Malone enrolled at Louisiana Tech University. During his college days, Malone fathered a child with a neighbor girl in his hometown. The problem was that the girl, Gloria Bell, at the time was only 13 years old. Malone should have gone to jail, not NBA. But Summerfield was a small town, and Gloria's parents didn't want to be the ones who ruined the career of the local superstar. Additionally, they thought that it would be easier to get support for their grandchild if Malone was playing basketball, so nobody knew the situation at the time. Malone, though, denied his paternity, and the situation escalated in 1986, during Malone's second season in the NBA. Girls' parents were forced to take Malone to the court, requesting that he pay $200 per week for child support. Malone didn't respond, and the judge ruled him the father of the child and ordered him to pay $125 per week to the family plus medical expenses. Malone thought that was too much money, and they continued to battle in court for almost 3 years until it was settled. For context, during that period, Karl Malone had made almost $3 million just as his salary from playing basketball, and not including sponsorships and other deals. Malone refused to take a DNA test up until 1996, when it was confirmed that he's the father of the child. The child's name, as we know now, was Demetrius Bell, who was drafted to the NFL in 2008 and played 5 seasons in the National Football League. When Demetrius Bell was asked about his father, he responded, "I treat it as if my mother went to the sperm bank. I don't hate him for not being in my life. It made me a better person." When Demetrius met his father for the first time, Malone told him that it was too late for him to be his father and he'd have to make it on his own. Well, that's a nice thing to say to your son when you meet him for the first time. Not. Since then, though, their relationship has become better. Malone has acknowledged that he was wrong and they've contacted each other, but they haven't really bonded though. Malone has always been shy about Demetrius and never really wanted to develop any contact with him, even though the DNA test shows that it's 99% probability that Demetrius is his child. But Demetrius wasn't his first child. When Malone was only 17, he impregnated another girl from his hometown, Bonita Ford. This time, she at least wasn't underage, and this time, instead of being a father of one, he was the father of twins, which he obviously denied once again, up until 1998, when tabloid The Globe ran a story on his paternity cases. After the story came out, Malone contacted his kids and accepted his paternity of the 4 twins, Daryl and Cheryl. Both were already 17 years old. At the time, Daryl said that it will be hard to get over what has happened, but he believes that together they will be able to forget the past. And his daughter Cheryl shared the same positive vibe as well. I've known about him my whole life. He talked to us and said that he wants to be our dad. Since then, Malone has maintained a good relationship with the twins and says that he's happy that he can be with his children and grandchildren. Both of his twins were athletes as well. Cheryl is a 4-time WNBA All-Star and 3-time WNBA champion, and Daryl played college basketball for a year. His career didn't take off. In 2008, Jemele Hill wrote a column on ESPN.com about this subject. A decade ago, 1998, Malone and his wife, with whom he has fathered 4 children, spoke at a conference on families and talked openly about the children Malone has fathered outside of their marriage. Of course, the Malones were talking about Daryl and Cheryl, not Demetrius. Malone told the audience, "Everything I've been through, everything I'm about to go through in my career and my life, if my family wasn't with me and didn't support me, it would be really tough." Karl Malone never really wanted to do anything with Demetrius. At least it seems that.
Just an ain't shit motherfucker through and through, huh? Ain't shit.
That way, because he's never publicly spoken about him, tried to reach him, be a good dad, you know? On the contrary, the 4 twins have developed a very good relationship with Demetrius Bell. The 3 have gone fishing together, and Bell describes them as a tight-knit group. Karl Malone has 4 more children with Kay Kinsey, the winner of the 1988 Miss Idaho USA pageant. He's been married to her since 1990. The biggest question here though is, would Karl Malone ever recognize his twins if the Globe didn't write an article on him? Would he ever try to contact them or just support them like fathers would have to do? Was his ego that big, or was he so ashamed of his children? So as you see, Karl Malone has done some scumbaggy things during his NBA career, and if everything would have gone how it should have, or according to law, maybe we would have been robbed of one of the greatest players in NBA history. But everything ended good
fuck
for
his
him,
career,
and
folks.
for us as basketball fans as well.
Piece of shit. Fuck him. Fuck Karl Malone.